friends, my name is Maylin and welcome back to my channel. I'm a flutist, music teacher, and performer located in the city of Kamloops, British Columbia, and this is my channel where we learn all things flute, so thank you so much for joining me here today. In today's video, we'll be doing number 38 in the Beginner Series with Trevor Wise' Beginner's Book for the Flute, Part 2. So as always, if you do have any questions throughout today's video, please feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. I try my best to answer them as soon as I see them. Also, if you do have any issues when it comes to practicing, feel free to check out my free practice guide, also located in the description down below. It gives you 8 easy steps to follow to help you structure your practice sessions, as well as to help you set some musical goals as well. Alright, so let's just get right into today's video. So as I mentioned earlier, we'll be reading from the Trevor Wise Beginner's Book for the Flute, Part 2. So this is the green one, and you're going to flip to page 57. So today we're actually going to be talking all about compound time. So I'm just going to put what Mr. White has written just right over here. So compound time. When the pulse or beat can be divided into 3, the music is said to be in compound time. 6/8 time is one example. There are 2 dotted crochets or quarter notes in each bar. Each dotted quarter note has 3 quavers or eighth notes. Example 1. Count 2 beats in a bar. In bars 3 and 4, think the word Coventry, or you can think of anything with 3 syllables like strawberry, for example, strawberry, to help you play the correct rhythm. Examples: bars 2 and 3 should sound exactly the same. So essentially what compound time is as Mr. Y has said here, that you can count 3 beats in 1 beat rather than 2. So in all the other time signatures that we've been reading in, they are known as simple time. Simple time meaning that you can count 2 per beat. So 1 and 2 and. So let's put up example 1 right over here. So as we usually will do, we'll look at the key signature and the time signature. So there is no key signature here, so you don't have to worry about any accidentals. But again, the time signature here is 6/8. So what we have, if you remember how to read the time signatures, the top number will tell you how many beats are in each bar. So as we discussed earlier, there are 6 beats per bar. And then the number underneath it will tell you what note type it is. So in this case, we have an 8. So that means 8 is for eighth notes. So that means we have 6 eighth notes per measure. And the way that we divide it is, like you'll see in that first measure, we'll divide it by one group of 3 and then a second group of 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you were to count it, it would sound a little bit like this. So I'll clap and count for you, so just so we can have a good idea of what it sounds like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's how that would sound like. So if you wanted to do it with a metronome, you can either set it to those big beats, so the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or you can also set it where you get the tick with every single beat, so the tap, 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 tap. So just for variety's sake here, we're going to try it both ways just so that you can get a good sense of what it would sound like. So I'm going to start first with the metronome beating every single beat. Alright, so the metronome I'm going to be putting at, so each eighth note equals 150. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. And now I'm going to put the metronome down to a dotted quarter note equals 50. So that means you're going to hear the tick for beats 1 and then the tick for beats 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I did is it's exactly the same tempo, but it's a different way of hearing and subdividing the rhythm here. So when you are playing in a compound time, it's important that you can always hear the subdivision, so the tick, 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 tick for every single beat, but you always want to feel that nice big beat. It's almost again like when we do 3/4 time, when we have that nice wheel. It has that really nice, beautiful forward moving motion. Okay, so now we're gonna play example number 1 on the flute. So all we're doing is we're playing a B. So I'm gonna have the metronome at dotted quarter note equals 50. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. course, the exercise is meant to be repeated, so feel free to repeat that a few times just so that you can get used to playing in 6/8. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with number 2, so I'm going to put it up right here. So we're going to, again, go back to the metronome, and we're going to have each eighth note equal 150. So it's exactly the same tempo as the first one here. And again, feel free, if you find that this is a little bit too fast, to go back into the playback settings, click the gear, and then click a slower tempo or slower speed, playback speed, and that's going to help to lower the tempo. Likewise, if you find that it's a little bit too easy, you can always try and bump it up a little bit by quickening the playback speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so this one can definitely be a little bit more tricky. So now we just want to be aware of the third bar in particular. We do have a quarter note, so remember that a quarter note is 2 eighth notes. So you're just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with the dotted quarter note equals 50. So again, it's the same tempo, just with a different feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. I do want you to take notice now that we've clapped through that. There in the second bar, we actually have a tie between the first beat and the second beat. So there's the second bar and the third bar are actually going to sound exactly the same, even though they look a little bit different. So let's clap that with the ties now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. And now let's do it with the flute. So again, we're just playing it on a beat. You can also try it on a different note if you want to experiment with the rhythm and different notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now we're going to move on to our first piece in compound time. So I'm going to put I saw 3 ships right on the video here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take it at a nice slow tempo just so it's not too overwhelming. Again, we'll be using the metronome here, and then we'll play it with the slow tempo with the flute, and then clap and count with the fast tempo, and then play the flute as well. Okay, and just be aware that I'm going to be putting the metronome on for every dotted quarter from now on, just because that's important to feel that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only the heavy beats, and not have it be so exact, because then it makes it a little bit difficult to hear the emphasis on the first beat and the fourth beat. And then before we start, we're also going to make sure we take a look at our key signature and our time signature as always. So we do have a sharp, 1 sharp in the key signature. So that means it can either be G major or D minor. So if you take a look at the first note and the last note, so we have D as the first note and G as the last note. So that would highly suggest we're in G major. And as I take a look here, there are no accidentals, so we're in G major. Okay, so I'm only going to do this one time at the dotted quarter note equals 50 here. And don't forget that we do have a pickup bar as well. So we have that extra eighth note to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, very good. Again, if you find that's a little bit too fast, go back into the playback settings and set it a little bit slower. So now we're going to do that with the flute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very well done. So I love how this one feels. It has that nice lilt to it. And also just be careful with the big jump. So you have from like G to E in that first full bar, as well as making sure that you pay attention to all the articulation. So we have lots of just single tongued here, and then make sure that you do take notice of where we are slurring and where we're not. So where you might get a little bit tripped up is in that first line there, in the second last and last bar, because it's the music is pretty much exactly the same, but in that second last bar we're slurring, string, and then the last bar there we're not. So just make sure that you're aware of that. All right, now we're going to go to our last piece for today, and that is the Soeur Monique. So I'm going to put it up right here. It's a nice duet here. So we're going to be doing the same thing with the first part, second part, clapping and counting, and then we're also going to be playing it on the flute. And then at the end, afterwards, I'm going to have the music with me playing both parts so you can see what it sounds like when you can play along with me. So I'm just going to keep the same tempo here. So that means a dotted quarter equals 50. And just be aware that before we start the clapping count, that we do have a pickup bar here, and that the rest of it is actually at the end. So we have 4, 5, 6. So we have only 3 beats at the beginning. And then if you look at the end, we have the rest of that bar there, the rest of the 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Very nice. So with this one, make sure that you do have the repeat there, and then do be aware that we are playing a rel the second time. Okay, so now with the flute, I'm going to play the entire first part here, and then we are also going to make sure that we do repeat it so that we can get that rel in the second time. So make sure you are starting off with a nice piano, and that we are having no key signatures here, so it's just in C major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Very good. All right, so now we're going to do the clapping count for the second part. So again, the same tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Very good. And now I'm going to be doing the same thing, playing the flutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Beautiful. So that's going to be a stunning duet there, and I love how it feels. It has a beautiful, nice lilting feel. And again, this one you want to really be aware of your articulation. So making sure that you're tonguing and you're slurring exactly where the music is telling you. And if you feel like this is a little bit too fast, you can always slow it down. Again, use your own metronome and figure out what speed you feel most comfortable with. All right, and that's going to be it for today's video. So thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. Also, feel free to check me out on my Facebook and my Instagram. I actually am doing the 100 Days of Practice Challenge on my Instagram right now, so you can check me out. I have little video clips and pictures for every single day for the next 100 days or so. But of course, if you also do have any issues when it comes to practicing, feel free to check out my free practice guide, also located in the description down below. And as always, you are amazing, you are loved, you are special. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and as always, happy fluting!